Hello, welcome back to the Great Point Adewunmi channel. My name is Joshua Adewunmi, and today is the second episode of the Above Average series, and it's titled Developing New Skills. And kind of talked about this in the Financial Literacy series, talked about how you can monetize your skills and kind of make money off of your skills. But today we're going to be focusing on how to develop new skills and talents and things like that. So I've written down 10 kind of steps to follow. You have to follow them all in one order, but just kind of general rules to follow to develop new skills and develop yourself and to better yourself and to expand yourself and just to have different facets to yourself, basically. It's all about you, right? So number one, passion. What is something you're really passionate about? What's something that you really like to do that you are not yet doing, but you want to do, right? If you're really passionate about music, you really like how music sounds, you really like when people say certain words and certain sounds, whatever, and you really want to be a musician and you want to sing, that's something you're passionate about, right? So that's something that you can develop a new skill in because you like it. You can't just start doing things that you don't like and expect to be good at them. It's not going to work. Number two, learn by doing, right? So kind of like passion, don't just listen to people sing all day, right? Listen and do it. Try to imitate, try to expand your voice or whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's sports or it's acting or it's learning how to teach or whatever it is. Just learn by doing. Do it yourself, and when you realize that you can do it, that just motivates you to get even better at it, right? Number three, another way to develop a skill is to be a problem fixer, a problem solver, or anything like that, right? When people have issues, they need people with skills. They need people that have expertise in something to figure it out for them, right? The reason people ask me to tutor them is because they don't know something and they want me to tell them and teach them how to solve that problem, right? So problems that need fixing are great ways to develop skills, right? And if you're somebody that really loves to, volunteer and do community service, it's a very fulfilling thing where you can solve people's problems just by being you, really. Now, number four, study the best. So think about whatever it is that you really want to get into, whether it's acting, music, sports, anything like that. You study the people that are the best at it, right? What is the reason that you read from a book that is written by an author? It's because you want to learn what is in that book, so you study the best. What is the reason that you watch different players' football highlights to get better at football? It's because they're the best at what they do. So you want to be as good as them, or you want to develop that skill and that talent. So you watch what they do, and they help you kind of get better at what you're trying to do. Number five is teaching. Now, this is a little tricky. How do you teach something that you don't really know, that you're not really great at? Well, one of the best ways to kind of expand on a skill that you're trying to learn is to teach other people the skill, right? So if you're not really great at something and you want people that aren't really good at something to learn that thing, you help them, or you work with them, you help them develop that skill as well. Because if you're working with somebody and you're trying to teach them, or you're trying to help them, you kind of see the holes in your own skill pursuit, right? So you see where you're missing holes, where you need help, where you need to practice a little bit more, and that kind of helps you. So when you figure out, like, I can't really teach this person everything they need to know, then you know, okay, this is what I don't know, and this is what I need to study more so I do know it. Now, number six is practice the bad, right? Practice what you're really, really not good at. If you're trying to develop a skill, like I play the drums, right? If I want to get better at the drums, I don't practice the things that I already know. I practice the things that I don't know. I practice the things that, challenge me, that make me sweat more or are harder for my hands to keep up, right? Practice the things that you're not good at, and don't just fill your ego on the things you're good at and be like, oh man, I'm so good at this, I'm so good at that, but you're also really bad at a bunch of things, right? So just practice the bad and just try to get those bad things to the level of the good things. Now, number seven is just take breaks, right? Whenever you're trying to do something, it's kind of like studying or just anything in life, you don't want to do it all the time. You don't want to do practice or work 24/7. You want to take breaks. You want to do other things. You want to give your mind time to rest. Give your mind time to recuperate, and just go at it again. Like take two. So take rests, take breaks. Don't stress yourself, and you start to kind of piece it together a little bit better. Now, number 8 is test yourself. So now once you've started learning the skill, or you started working on the skill, or trying to expand on the skill, test yourself. At every point in the skill pursuit that you're at, test yourself. So once you first start and you're trying to sing and you're really bad and you're, and it's really bad, right? Test yourself then and mark it down and say, okay, I need to work on singing on key C. Is that a key? Key C? I don't know. C, right? I play drums, but I don't know what keys are. But so now once you practice a little bit more and you're getting better at the skill, now practice what you just did before again and see where you've progressed, see how far you've gotten. And if you see yourself progressing, then you know you're getting better at the skill. If you're testing yourself consistently, every 2 weeks, every month, every whatever, and you see you're not getting better, then you need to switch something up. You need to change your approach on how you want to develop that skill. Right? Because you're passionate about it, right? You want to get really good at it, so you're going to put in the time, you're going to put in the work, you're going to put in the effort so that you can get to that point. Now, number 9 is to get mentored, right? Whenever you have a mentor, you have somebody that's kind of experienced or better than you in that skill or in that area of life, you have them kind of bring you up, kind of put you under their wing and tell you this is how you do this is how you get better at this is how you expand on what you already have so you can get to where you want to be, right? When you have that mentor that's always kind of motivating you and telling you, look, you're doing great, but you need to work on this. So now you have a different kind of perspective and different viewpoint on what you're doing, so you don't feel like it's just you judging yourself all the time. When you hear from somebody else's mouth and they're motivating you and they're telling you that it's possible that you can accomplish this and that you can do it, it feels really good to get mentored and get to where you need to be. And now lastly, number 10 is explore, right? You don't want to just have one skill or just 2 skills. You want to have a bunch of skills, right? You want to have your main skill that you're one of the best at, but then you want to have other different skills, right? Because you don't want to just have a boring life where you go to work and you come home and you eat and you sleep, right? You want to go to work or go to class and you want to play a sport, or you want to play in your band, or you want to go and dance, or you want to go and sing, or you want to play video games, right? If you just do the same thing every day and you have the same routine, you get bored of life really easily. That's why a lot of people get into the real world, post-college world, and they're just unfulfilled, whether it's their job or their out of job life. They don't have enough things that make them happy, and it's all about being happy. That's really all life is about, just being happy, finding things that make you joyful, and just doing it over and over and over again, because that's what's going to give you the most fulfillment in your life. So once you go down this list and you just kind of just put everything together, you see that it's really easy to develop a new skill. Now, if I just put this to my life, I'll use the drumming example, right? So I really like music. I really like listening to beats, and I always wanted to play the drums. How can I get good? What do I have to do? What do I have to listen to? Whatever. So my older brother, would play drums in our church, and he's really good. So I'd watch him and watch how his hands move and whatever, and I'd try to imitate him, right? Not just so I can play just like him, but so I can play good, because he's good. Now, number 3, this is kind of a difficult to relate it to my life, but the problem that needed fixing was when he went to college and we had no drummer in our church. Who was going to fix that problem, right? I was the only person left. I was a junior in college and high school. I was a junior in high school and there was no drummer, but since I had watched my brother play and I really loved drumming, I was able to step in. Obviously, I wasn't as good as him, but I was able to hold my own. 4, I studied the best. So my uncle was also a drummer in the church before he left, and so was my brother. and they were the best that I had ever seen. So I studied them, and that was it. 5, when I was a senior in high school, and I had this little kid or mentor, mentee, I would teach what I learned from them to him, right? And he would ask me, "Oh, how do you drum this beat?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. Let's watch YouTube or something." And we taught each other, and that kind of helped both of us grow to be better drummers. Practice the bad. So the things that I didn't, that like I said earlier, the beats that I couldn't keep up on, or that made me sweat too much, or I was just struggling with, I practiced those and I got better at them, so I got better at the skill. Breaks, I didn't just sit and just play all day, right? I would play, then I'd go play soccer with my school, and I'd go play FIFA, and I'd just take breaks and come back to it, and things would click better and faster. Test yourself. So I'll test myself. I would listen to a beat and try to imitate it. If I couldn't imitate it, then I knew that I wasn't practicing it right. I wasn't going about it right. Number 9, get mentored. So my brother and my uncle were my mentors, so they were teaching me by them playing. They didn't actually give me lessons, but they indirectly mentored me really to get better. And explore is because I wanted to get really good at drumming. I wanted to be the best that I could be. So I explored different drummers, different techniques, different playing styles, and all those sorts of things. And I got really good at drumming. I think I'm pretty decent now. So I applied these 10 kind of rules or steps into my life, and it got me to where I am now. So if you apply these 10 steps into your life, there's no way that you're not going to get better at whatever it is you're trying to get to. So just develop that new skill. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.